St. Augustine area. Hopefully everyone's having a nice morning this morning, able to stay dry and warm here in the St. Augustine area. Those of you new to the St. Augustine area, welcome to St. Augustine. Everyone else, good morning. My name's Brian Bliss. I'm with the St. Augustine Cruisers Network. I'm coming to you live from the Comanche Cove Marina this morning from the motor vessel Ovation. Big thanks to Mark Drukas at Admiral Yacht Sales for providing us this warm and dry boat this morning to conduct the broadcast from. We bring you the broadcast live every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 9 o'clock a.m. on channel 72. We also have a Facebook page. It's called the St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page. It's a private page. We also have that on Facebook. And we have both of these tools to provide a nice way for people, an easy way for people that are cruising and boating through the area to connect with our local boating community. So I encourage you to check out that Facebook page. And we're going to have our morning broadcast this morning. It'll run about 45 minutes. We talk about weather, tides, a little local information, and some upcoming events that are happening in St. Augustine. We will have several breaks inside this broadcast in order to give people a chance to talk on the channel if need be. And then also, if you have anything you'd like to say, you can say it at any time, at any break, but we will have an open forum later where we'll ask you questions of if you need any services or anything. All right.
That's just to wake you up.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, I want to think we had an event last night. The St. Augustine Facebook page is a real useful way to find events. We share a lot of important information with the boating community. It's a group of volunteers. It's a large group, and they share information about products and services here in the St. Augustine area. They also plan events. And last night we had one of our events at Island Gyms, Leaf and Bean, and it was wonderful. It was a good time. We actually had Santa Claus came, and he had Mrs. Claus with him, and they were just wonderful. Good to see him, being able to take some time off after the busy holidays. We also had some pirates there. We had the Stash was there himself. It was really awesome. So I have Kelly made one of her little dips, a pizza dip. Kelly's with Anchor Eats. She's with me this morning, and she's one of the owners of Anchor Eats, a new concept here in St. Augustine. They deliver things on the water, by water. It's like your DoorDash on the water. She's going to tell you more about that later. But I got Kelly here. I want her to share with you this wonderful dip that she made last night. So here, without further ado, here's Kelly.
Good morning. It's the Crazy Italian. Thanks, Brian. I just wanted to thank everyone for showing up and enjoying stories, enjoying the dip, having a few drinks and cigars. We'll also be at Leaf and Bean on Super Bowl Sunday. You all, if you are able to go, will meet the grandfather of Anchor Eats, Mike Grant. He is a hoot. He is planning on bringing his favorite barbecue. So if you want to meet him and meet up, watch the Super Bowl, and have some stories again, please, on Sunday, we'd love to see you. I wanted to real quickly, if anyone's interested, I can put this on the Cruisers Net Facebook page and Anchor Eats Facebook page as well. So last night, real quick, I made a double recipe. I doubled the recipe for the pizza dip. But this real quick is for just like 6 to 8 people. I made it in a crock pot. Most of the recipes, if you look them up, sometimes they put them in the oven and layer it, but I knew I didn't have to do that because everyone was just going to stir it anyway. So, 8 ounces of cream cheese softened. Some recipes you can add some sour cream. I did not. You can use a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. You can use red pepper flakes in it. I did not. I just bought them. 1 cup of marinara sauce or pizza sauce. I used marinara. 1/4 cup Parmesan cheese. 1.5 cups mozzarella cheese. You can use it shredded or shred it yourself. 15 slices of pepperoni. I also added some Italian sausage, and you can use the Italian crusty bread to dip in it. I use the Tostitos pita crackers. and I also brought the soft round pitas. And you just mix that all in a crock pot, which is the easiest way. I put it on, let me see, low for like 4 hours, and then I put it on warm, and you just dip it, and you can put anything on top of it. If you like peppers, you can put peppers in it. If you like more cheese, you can put more cheese. If you like mushrooms, you can put mushrooms. So essentially what it is anything that goes on top of a pizza without the crust, and then you use whatever crust you want to dip in it. So I will put that on Facebook, like I said. I also wanted to talk about 2 of my favorite places to go in the area. So one, I found when Brian was taking me on, I swear to God, a 8-hour excursion through St. Augustine on foot. He claims it was only 4 hours, but I'm not really sure about that. So on the way back, because we live on Anastasia Island, I decided to make an executive decision to stop, finally, after we were almost home, and go into Whetstone Chocolate. So there's 3 Whetstone Chocolates. There's 2 in downtown St. Augustine. One of them has tours, and there's a smaller one on the island, right down by, actually, Nathan Bean. And so we went in there. They have every kind of chocolate you can imagine. They have truffles, they have chocolate-covered pretzels, they have popcorn, everything. So we got hot chocolate. They also have frozen hot chocolate. The lady in there was really nice. I can't remember her name. But she also said, I think 10%.
10% off for cruisers, I believe.
Locals? I think
Locals.
10% off for locals.
Yeah.
So just let her know that we told you that we remember there's 10% off for locals. The other place that actually Brian and I both like to go is the Amphitheater Farmers Market. So there's one farmers market on Saturday, every Saturday from 8:30 to 12:30 at the amphitheater on Anastasia Island. And you can bring your dinghy and docket and do a little walk. Brian will talk about that later. They have fresh vegetables, they have meat, they have a guy way in the back, I think he's from New Jersey. He has the best like bread and the best, there's just all kinds of stuff that are good. They have food trucks there. They also have a jam session, like kind of in the middle. That's really cool. You bring your instruments and you just jam out with everybody. There's seats to sit at. I liked the Bloody Marys they have there, and I was ready to fall asleep by the time we left. But if you don't drink, there's other things that you can have. They sell clothes. They sell stuff for your dogs. So when we go there, we try to do like a little picture kind of thing and put it on Facebook just to remind everybody. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. The other thing is the roller rink on Anastasia Island. We went in there to talk to the owner on our 15-mile hike, and it's going to open on February 14th. That is Valentine's Day. So there's that. The last thing I also wanted to say, Anchor Eats would like to wish Karen a very happy birthday. Here's Brian.
Thank you, Kelly. That was lots of information. That's awesome. I love when she gets involved and lets us know, shares us. You should try out that dip. It really is good. It fed a lot of people. It was warm. It was very easy to make. But we're going to take a break right now. When we get back, we're going to talk about the weather. So please stand by. Welcome back, boaters and cruisers. Hopefully everyone's staying dry and warm this morning in St. Augustine, enjoying this blustery morning, but it's a boater's morning. It's beautiful out, if you like this kind of weather. St. Augustine is a very popular destination for a lot of our boaters and cruisers. I believe it's because of the proximity, and not just because of the wonderful city, but the proximity of our inlet to our city. It's very close. actually in some areas where you're anchored up there in Volano, you can actually look offshore while you're anchored. So it's very close. So with that proximity of the city so close to the inlet, we get very strong currents here in and around the St. Augustine area. So it's very important to know your tides. As if you know your tides, you can kind of anticipate the currents. So I'd like to share the tides with you for the next couple days. I know everyone becomes their own weather person, but I do this just to help you kind of calibrate, make sure everybody's on the same page. I get my information from usharbors.com. It's a very useful website. And the times I give you for the tides are for the St. Augustine City docks. Today, we have a high tide about 10:55, just before 11 this morning. And then we're going to have a low tide this afternoon at 5:10, just after 5. And then tomorrow, we're going to have a high tide around 11:30. And then we're going to have a low tide about just before 6 o'clock tomorrow at 5:50. And I don't know if you saw that low tide yesterday, but whoo, it was low. I saw the bottom of markers. So just be prepared. Those are your tides. And then if you're looking for slack tide, that slack water is about 50 minutes after the tidal change. So that's 50 minutes around the city marina there. Our marine forecast for today, I get from the NOAA website. We have a small craft advisory in effect from 10 o'clock this morning through late tonight. The winds are going to pick up out of the northwest to 15 to 20 knots, and then 20 to 25 this afternoon as this front gets through. Our seas are going to be 3 to 5 feet, occasional 6 feet offshore, and it's rough on the inland waterways. Tomorrow we're going to have westerly winds, 15 to 20 knots. Seas are going to be 2 to 4 feet with 5-foot sets. And with those winds still being high, you're still going to have choppy conditions inshore. Remember, those west winds can help blow the water out at low tide, so that makes the lower tides even lower. So just be aware of that. Now our weather for today, you can see it's raining. It's just gloomy. I think it's kind of boating weather. I know it's weird to say that, but I like this kind of weather. Today, the high is going to be 56. It's going to be right about now. It's going to just drop. As this rain gets through, the temperature is just going to drop. I'm looking at the trees here at Comanche Cove, and yeah, it's already blowing a little bit. So, the temperature's just going to keep going down. We're going to get down pretty low tonight. We won't go to freezing, but we'll get down into the 30s. So if you got anything to do, get out there and do it this morning, or it's going to get cold this afternoon. Tomorrow we got a high temperature about 62 degrees, a low about 46. Saturday, the high is going to be 59, low 42. Then we're going to have 70s and 50s next week, a little later on. So it's going to be beautiful. It's going to go right back to Florida weather. So we got one cold snap tonight, and then it's slowly going to warm up. It's going to get pretty. It's going to be real nice again. So it'll be fun to get out and enjoy St. Augustine. Now I'm not a weatherman at all, but I did stay in a Holiday Inn Express before. But I just share that information with everybody. I know everybody out there becomes their own weather person, so I just share that information. We're going to take a break real quick. When we get back, we're going to have roll call. Please stand by. Welcome back, boaters and cruisers. Again, my name is Brian Bliss with the St. Augustine Cruisers Network, broadcasting live this morning from Comanche Cove Marina on this nice warm ovation provided to us by Admiral Yacht Sales. It's a great little sales organization over at Comanche Cove. Give Mark Drukas a call over there. I'm here with Kelly Green, one of the co-owners of Anchor Eats. It's a new nautical delivery service here in St. Augustine. And Kelly's going to give you a little bit of information about what Anchor Eats does. Here's Kelly.
Thank you. I wanted to talk real quickly about marine supplies. So a lot of you already know where the marine supplies are at, but just in case you don't, you just got here or you're on your way, there are three. There is the Sailors Exchange, which you definitely can't walk to unless you run marathons. They have everything you can imagine in there, like everything. So it's best to get a ride there and look and see what is actually there, because there's just everything. Then there is Marine Supply and Oil on Riberia Street in Lincolnville. They also have a lot there. That is where the shrimp boats dock. And then there's West Marine, which is by Winn-Dixie and the Chinese restaurants, which we love. So West Marine, we actually have talked to them. If you order online, we will go and pick it up and bring it to you. Marine Supply and Oil Company, we can also pick up there. You might want to go there, but if you know what you want and you call them and you pay for it, just let us know and we'll grab it and coordinate a time and bring it out to you. Just wanted to go over that really quickly, because as we were talking about last night, heads break all the time on your boat, especially when you have guests there. And various other things can break too that you are not expecting. So if you have any questions about that, or grocery delivery, food delivery, you need propane because you suddenly realize it's going to get cold again and you're running out, give us a call. We will deliver it for you. We do have places we've talked to that are more than happy to get the tanks recertified and refill them, and we can get them out to you. So our contact is 904-609-2628, or 2628 is boat. We are on VHF channel 69. You can text us, call us, you can reach out on Facebook if you want to, and we do go out and implement the weather as long as it's safe, so just let us know. Thanks.
Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, that Anchor Eats is a cool thing. It's a service we've been trying to, I think the boating community's needed for quite some time. They bring stuff right to you, you know. Sometimes it's difficult, a lot of the logistical steps to get some of the things. Now, I know our boating community is very resilient, and we're used to taking care of ourselves. Just know that you have that extra option. So give Anchor Eats a call if you need them. Right now, I'd like to conduct a roll call for those that are listening in this morning. I know it's kind of dreary. I doubt anybody's out. Well, they may be out and about, but it's kind of a wet morning for a walk. But if you're out there listening, now's the time to check in. Please check in now. Kelly and I are sitting here laughing. It's like, it's too wet. Well, those of you that are just listening this morning, that's fine if you don't want to check in. Most people's radios up in the cockpit where it's wet anyway. So just turn it up, get in a warm spot, and I'll keep going. Now, if there's anybody in the area that needs any kind of information about services or products that we have available here in the St. Augustine area, please let us know now. Is there anyone selling anything or needing to get rid of anything while they're in the area, donating or looking to trade for something, anything? Please let us know now. Now is the time for the lost and found portion. Has anybody lost anything or found anything that they'd like to share with the group? Please do so now. And finally, we have our general announcement portion of this morning's roll call and open forum section of the broadcast. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to share with the group? Wish a happy birthday or happy anniversary, anything they'd like to share with the group? Please do so now. I'd like to wish a happy birthday. Kelly talked about it earlier. We'd like to wish Captain Karen a happy birthday. Congratulations on another amazing lap around the sun. Happy birthday, Captain Karen. Also, I'd like to wish one of our fellow members, volunteers with the St. Augustine Cruisers Network, I'd like to wish them safe travels as they're about to head down to the Caribbean. Hopefully you have a safe trip, and we'll wait for your return. Now remember, you can find all this information and more on the St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page. It's a very useful tool to connect our cruisers with our local boating community. It's run by volunteers, and they post information about items for sale, products that are available, and services that are available while you're in the St. Augustine area. Anchor Eats sponsors this event, and they actually record these broadcasts. So if you missed any portion of this morning's broadcast and you'd like to find out more about past broadcasts where we go over more, I give a little bit more information about services and products on some days. You can check out some of our older broadcasts on the Anchor Eats YouTube channel. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll have a little local information. Please stand by. All right, welcome back, boaters and cruisers. My name is Brian Bliss with the Cruisers Network, the St. Augustine Cruisers Network, broadcasting live from the Motor Vessel Ovation this morning. I have Kelly with Anchor Eats here with me this morning. We're staying nice and dry on this boat provided to us by Admiral Yacht Sales. Now, I'm a resident, local native of Northeast Florida, and I've been boating and on the waters for about 30 years. So I like to share a little bit of my knowledge and wisdom about the local area. I just share a little bit of information about the different marinas and different dinghy docks and different services and areas that you can explore in St. Augustine. Remember, I do another broadcast on Saturdays at 9 o'clock a.m. So we go over that stuff that time as well, and you can also catch it on the YouTube channel for Anchor Eats. We talked about it before, our inlet here and the proximity to the city, how the currents can definitely affect your time here in St. Augustine. They're something that you need to pay attention to, and knowing the tides is very important. But our inlet, I want to tell you about our inlet. When you're using that inlet, whether you're inbound or outbound, I would strongly recommend you stay inside the channel all the way to the sea buoy before you make your north or south turn offshore. And exactly the same when you're inbound. If you're inbound, I would come to the sea buoy before you make your western approach into St. Augustine. We get significant shoaling both north and south of the St. Augustine Inlet. So you want to make sure you stay inside the channel. And then when you get inside, when you're inbound inside the channel, there's a lot of current in that area right there, right where the Intercoastal Waterway and the inlet is right there. There's a lot of current. So be very careful, use caution in that area. And know your tides. That inlet is completely different on a flood tide than it is on the ebb. Now, when you're inbound, it's nothing as majestic as coming in St. Augustine. You see the lighthouse, you see the cross, you see the fort. I mean, it's just a magical city. It really is a wonderful place to go. It's a great destination. You know, it's very popular. But when you're coming in there, if you look off your starboard side, that little town over there is called Volano Beach. Volano Beach has its own little, you'll see the anchorage out there just off your starboard bow as you're coming in there. A lot of people will anchor up just south of that bridge, the fixed bridge. That's the Volano Beach Bridge there. There's a dinghy dock that's over there that's you can use. That is, it's comes off of the pier. You'll see the fishing pier over there, and just south of that fishing pier is a public dock. And now they do have they do dock some shuttles and taxis there. So there are some yellow paint. There's some paint on the dock where you're not allowed to dock, but there's plenty of room for you to dock your little tender there and go up into the town of Volano Beach. Volano Beach has a lot of shops and stores. There's Publix up there, and just be aware that that little dinghy dock there, it's not protected. You're in all the current, all the waves, so just be aware of that. Also over there, there's a marina over there. You'll see the marina, you'll see the masts and stuff just on the western side of the bridge there. That is Comanche Cove Marina. That's where I'm broadcasting live from this morning. Comanche Cove is a great little marina. It is protected. It's got a breakwater to come in here. It's got a lot of structure that goes around it that kind of protects it from the wind. So it really is kind of a nice place. It's a full service marina. They have fuel sales, diesel sales. They do pump out services. They have transient dockage. They monitor channel 6-8. If you need to get in there, give them a call because they're currently dredging their channel. So give them a call on channel 6-8 when you want to go into Comanche, and they'll be more than happy to help you out there. They're very professional, good guys over there. Call Comanche on channel 6-8. And let them know you're coming. They'll get the dredge out of the way so you can make a nice, safe approach. And remember, you do have some good current that's in the Volano Beach area, so until you get through that breakwater, use caution. That's the Volano Beach area. It's a nice little area. Just know there's a lot of current there. Just be aware of that. Now, south of the inlet, that little area is called the Salt Run area. There's a nice little beach there that you can go exploring. That's Anastasia Island. And then that whole area out there has a lot of shops and stores. There's cool places, cool things to do out there. It's up there. You'll see the lighthouse up there. And that's just a real neat little body of water there. You'll see a mooring field back there. That's the Salt Run mooring field. They actually have a dinghy dock over there. That dinghy dock gives you full access to that whole island up there, which you have the lighthouse, which I strongly recommend checking out. It's really cool, it gives you access. That's where you would dock to cut out some of your walking to get to the amphitheater. So it's a nice way to be able to explore the south end of St. Augustine and the Anastasia Island area. Up Salt Run, you'll see that big marina there. That's a local favorite. That's the Conch House Marina. Super cool marina. I mean, it has an island vibe. It really is a cool place. It's a favorite amongst locals here at St. Augustine. When you go to the Conch House, it totally is a different feel. They have a restaurant on site. They have a tiki bar. They have a hotel. It's a full-service marina. They sell fuel and diesel. They do pump-out services. They have transient dockage. Their channel that they monitor is channel 6-9. Check out the Conch House. They're really a cool place. They have great knowledgeable staff over there, very helpful and friendly. They have a charter fleet over there that's pretty impressive if you're interested in going fishing. Or just go to the tiki bar, check out the tiki bar, and when those guys are bringing their fish back, it's impressive. Have you a goombay smash and check out what the fishermen caught. Really is a cool place. Check out the Conch House. Now that Salt Run area, it doesn't pop back out. It's a dead end up in there. So if you go in there, you head south down in that channel. You're gonna have to come back out there. So it doesn't pop back out. It kind of dead ends down there into the state park. So just want to give you a heads up about that. You're continuing straight into the city. Now it's nothing like that. It's just magical. You got the cross there blessing you. You got the fort guarding the city. And you have our two, you see the anchorage there in the mooring field. That's called the San Marco Mooring Field. That's in the bayfront area there. That's the mooring field and anchorage that's just north of the Bridge of Lions. The Bridge of Lions is our most recognizable structure here in St. Augustine. It's a beautiful structure. It really is a nice bridge. I just want to give you a heads up. That bridge opens up on a schedule. So be advised, every hour on the hour and on the half hour. So big hand on the 12, big hand on the 6. That is the scheduled times for openings there. And then be aware of your current as you get up there to the bridge, because there's significant current downtown. When you're driving around that mooring field in that anchorage area there, I'd like to ask you to please use caution and be courteous. We have people on those boats. Remember to watch your wakes. Try not to minimize wakes or bothering those people up there, because everybody's they're up there staying on their boats. So be aware of your wakes when you're around the anchorage and the mooring field there. All of that area really in St. Augustine. Just be courteous. Watch your wake. Now that anchorage that's north of the bridge, that's called the San Marco anchorage, and also the mooring field. Excuse me. That's the San Marco mooring field, and also the Menendez mooring field that's south. Those are both managed and operated by the St. Augustine Municipal Marina. It's the little marina that's just south of the bridge. I don't mean to say little marina; it's a large marina. That's the city's marina that's just south of the Bridge of Lions on the western shore. It's a full-service marina. St. Augustine Municipal Marina's working channel is 71. You need to get in touch with the Municipal Marina and call them on 71. They are a full-service marina. They are the doorstep to St. Augustine. So they manage the mooring fields. They offer a shuttle service out to the mooring fields. That shuttle service runs daily from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. It runs in 2-hour increments. You need to call them and get on the schedule for the shuttle. They also have a mobile pump-out boat that they'll come out to the mooring fields and surrounding anchorages, and they'll give you a pump-out. They like to do that early in the morning, so if you want that done, schedule that the day before. They are a full-service marina. They sell fuel and diesel, and they have pump-out services, and they have transient dockage available. If you are not staying in the mooring fields and you want to use the facilities there at the St. Augustine Municipal Marina, you can purchase a daily dinghy pass. That gives you access to the dinghy dock, the laundry facility, and the bathrooms, and all the facilities at the marina. If you need anything, give those guys a call over there on 71. It's a great group of guys and gals. Their staff over there are amazing. They're very knowledgeable. Give them a call on 71. They do currently have construction, but I think they moved the barge. I think it was moved this morning, so the barge is back. It's not in the center of the marina. I didn't see it over there this morning, so I think that north end is still closed due to construction, so be aware there's construction around the north end of the marina there between the bridge and the marina. That little access area to the dinghy dock there has been closed for a little bit, so just be aware the dinghy approach is in the center of the marina there at City Marina. And then finally that southern Menendez field and southern Anchorage down there, that's our little neighborhood here in St. Augustine. They get a little less current, a little less weather conditions. They're a little further from the inlet. And I just want to let you know, there's some shoaling there that's marked very well on your chart plotter. It's been there for forever. It's marked by some danger diamonds. Just be aware that there's some shoaling between the Menendez mooring field and the Intercoastal Waterway. So make sure, there's a lot of information about that. You can check it out on the city's website. But just pay attention to your chart plotter as you approach and depart the mooring field up there on the Menendez mooring field. I'm going to take a little break, drink some coffee, and we'll be right back. Stand by. Welcome back, boaters and cruisers. Again, my name is Brian Bliss, coming to you live for the St. Augustine Cruisers Network. here on the Motor Vessel Ovation over at Comanche Cove Marina this morning. We bring the St. Augustine Cruisers Network broadcast to you, as well as our Facebook page, to share tools and a way to share information with our boating community and our visitors and our transients coming through town and our cruising family. Earlier I left off, we were talking about the city marina, and we left off at the mooring fields of the South Anchorage. A little bit of information about south of there. You'll see that big fixed bridge that's south of the city. That's the 312 bridge. Just be aware there's a little marina there on the western shore, right before the bridge. It's actually right before the no wake restriction zone. And just be aware of your wake over there when you're over there. There's a fishing fleet over there. They're really good guys. They're very good fishermen. They're called the Legend Adventures, Fishing Adventures. They keep their boats over there. They let me know that people ride by there and wake them all the time. So just want to remind people to be aware of your wake up there by that marina. That's called the Fish Island Marina. You'll see that little river that's just north of that bridge that goes off on the starboard side. That's the San Sebastian River. It's a great little river to do some exploring. You can go up there. There's a nice little marina up there called the Cat's Paw Marina that has a great restaurant called the Grouper Shack there. And you can go to the Cat's Paw Marina, and they have a place for you to tie up, and that gives you access to the Grouper Shack. And then also, if you check in and let them know your telephone number, you can do a little exploring over there, and that gives you a way to explore that whole western side of St. Augustine. There's a Home Depot over there, there's a Target over there, gives you access to a bunch of shops and restaurants. Really is a cool thing. Check that out. That's the Cat's Paw Marina and the Grouper Shack. And they also sell gas and diesel as well. You keep going up that San Sebastian River. It's a neat little ride. I encourage it. It's pretty cool. You go up there, it's a big marina up there called the Shipyards. There's a nice restaurant there. There's a bunch of boat yards that are up there. Oasis, St. Augustine Marine Center. You get all the way back there. You'll see the shrimp boats back there. A lot of our liveaboards live back up there. You'll see there's the St. Augustine Fish Camp, and there's the Reggae Surf Cafe. You can get out of the water there. There's a dock there, and check that out. There's also that marine supply and oil place. The St. Augustine Marine and Oil Supplies. That's on Riberia Street. You can also get there by water all the way up the San Sebastian River there. So you check that out. Those guys over there, Charlie over there, he's really great. He can help you out with anything you need. They got lots of stuff in that place. It's also just a short walk up, I believe that's King Street. Just a short walk up King Street to Riberia and south on Riberia, and it's right there. You can walk right there, check it out for any kind of marine supplies you may need. All right, that about wraps it up for the information I got for the local St. Augustine area. On Tuesday's broadcast, I was a little long-winded, so I spoke for quite some time. I put out a lot more information about services and products that are here in St. Augustine. I also give a little bit more information about navigational information, local information. I went a little further south, did a little bit more offshore. If you want to check that out, you can always check out the Anchor Eats YouTube channel. We record that channel, or we record the broadcast and play it back on YouTube. You can check that out. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to have a blessing and close the show. Please stand by. Welcome back, boaters and cruisers in the St. Augustine area. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful morning this morning. I know it's a little wet, a little gray, but gives you a little time to get close. And, I don't know. I like this weather. I think it's kind of boating weather. I like it. I just want to let you know we're broadcasting live for the St. Augustine broadcast, or Cruisers Network broadcast. It's me, Brian, and Kelly. Kelly's with Anchor Eats. And we're coming to you live this morning from the Ovation at Comanche Cove. Special thanks to Alberta Yacht Sales for providing it for us this morning. Want to remind you to get out there and check out the St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page. It's very informative. You get lots of information. They're constantly selling things, getting rid of things. It's a great tool. I encourage you to check that out. It's the private page. You can scroll on that page to the event section and look for upcoming events. If you'd like to join in our broadcast family, I encourage it. We're trying to get the broadcast every day. If we did it every day at 9, then it would be, I wouldn't have real long ones. It would just be every day. Kelly's laughing.
Please,
if you'd like to get involved, reach out to us. Reach out to anybody on the St. Augustine Cruisers Network page. I'll help you out with a script if you need, or a format, or whatever. Just a moral support, whatever you need. You can do a regular day or a one-time deal. You can do a couple days, or you can invite us over to your boat. We'll come to your boat and do it there, and you can do some of it. Just whatever you'd like to do, I encourage you to get involved. Check that out.
we'll bring donuts and coffee.
Yeah, Anchor Eats will bring donuts and coffee. And Kelly is chomping at the bit to tell you one last bit about Anchor Eats, so we're going to let her talk. Here's Kelly, one last little bit, to give you an update on Anchor Eats and their YouTube channel.
So if you miss the live broadcast, or because it's too cold to go outside, it does take several hours to download. So as soon as I get home, I start downloading. Like, you have to download, there's 3 different levels of the YouTube channel. So sometime later this evening, it'll probably be able to review. I do that as soon as we get home. And just wanted to let you know, if there's anything you forgot, if when the weather gets nice, if you're going out to leave and go south, something you forgot, groceries, water, propane. If you don't want to do any more dishes, you just want to be able to wake up the next morning and go. We make every restaurant waterfront now.
I'm not coming there and doing dishes.
Yeah, he doesn't do dishes anyway anymore, because there's a dishwasher. Nor dry the dishes. But if you don't want to do dishes too, we can bring the food to you. So again, 904-609-2628. Stay warm and dry today.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. Anchor Eats, check that out. I ask you, check it out. You'll see the little orange tender in the mooring field. You give them a holler, and they'll help you out. They'll help pick up your trash, take it to the dock, whatever you need. Just give them a call. It's Anchor Eats. They have a website too. It's getanchoreats.com. You can find more information at Get Anchor Eats, and then they do a lot of their specials on Facebook. So check out the Anchor Eats Facebook page.
Make Kelly stop doing a princess way.
There it is. All right, so does anybody have a final announcement today before we close things? If so, please do so now. All right, I'd like to thank everyone that listened this morning. I hope everyone has a wonderful day here in St. Augustine. It is an amazing city. Remember, you can find out information about the city at visit staugustine.com. Very good website to get information about things to do. There's lots of stuff to do inside as well as outside. So just because we have a little rain this morning, you can still get out and explore. But while you're out there enjoying St. Augustine, remember to be kind to others, live proper, make amazing memories while you're here in the St. Augustine area, and just know that everybody dreams of the life that we live. We truly are blessed. So I want everybody to have a wonderful day here in St. Augustine. Thank you so much for listening. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning on this channel. I have nothing further, so have a wonderful day. Get out there and enjoy it.